Hello, and welcome to my first playthrough of Slay the Princess. I was going to play this a couple months ago, and then I saw that they were going to have an update go out, which is the pristine cut, so I decided to wait until that happened. Not entirely sure how to... That's a great start. So, it gave me a lot of content warnings before we got to this point here, so I don't really know what's gonna happen and what's gonna make it into the final video, because like I don't even know if this game is good for this kind of medium, but we're gonna figure it out. So yeah, we're gonna start the video game now. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay. Oh wow, I can like move.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, no big deal. Not the entire pressure of the universe on us. Oh, there's options, and I'm blocking them perfectly in the video. Oh no. Okay, now that we have that figured out. This is a different direction that I'm used to. This is weird. Okay, it looks like we have a lot of options here. So, the end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin. Turn around and leave. What about this one? We're gonna do that one.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
I don't think so.
Right?
The end of the world?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I don't... But do I want to? Yeah, how can she end the world?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I don't know if I can deliver on this, though. Do you have any evidence?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Maybe it's
While
because she's locked
I appreciate
up.
the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point.
But
If
that
the
doesn't
princess
always...
leaves the cabin,
That's not always
the
true.
world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Why is that my job?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
No.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value.
I didn't say
to
I was
society.
gonna do all that, Mr. Narrator Man.
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
I'm not
like I said,
reluctant.
I don't make the
I'm
rules.
skeptical. There's a difference.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her.
There's a reward.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you.
Steam achievement. What if I say no?
Are you serious?
Fine. And if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to
Then I
face.
guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Interesting.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go.
This
talk
is
to
like
her.
the one
See
for
how
all
that turns
or
out for all of us.
all for one predicament. This is the trolley problem.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save
That's my
princesses,
voice.
not slay them.
How is she gonna end the world if she's just in like a little cabin? Like what? If she's that dangerous, why
Ignore
a
him.
cabin?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Oh.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I guess we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Just like in case, you know, like as a safety measure.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
Oh.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
That's such like an uncomfortable descriptor because like you know what that feels like when you're reading
Her
that.
voice carries up the
Oh,
stairs.
now my mouse has a knife. Or the
Who's
dagger.
there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Oh,
You walk down the stairs
she's pretty.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
That's a very valid
Focus
question.
on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
How would she know? No. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
We can talk with the knife still in my hand.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
No.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands
She looks so
and tighten
scared.
your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
We should be?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
That's a really good point.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
What can you do, lady?
She's unarmed.
But also, yeah,
If
a
you hesitate
dagger is
now,
like
it'll
a
be too
very
late.
like intimate
End
weapon.
this.
What if she
You
kills
go
us?
into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Oh, the Stanley Parable thing is kicking in. Where like, I don't want to listen to the narrator's instructions just to be like a little devious and see what happens. But also, I don't want to die. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Then we're just gonna have a staring contest, lady. Fine, I guess we're at an impasse.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
This is a
Or
lot of
drop
pressure.
the blade. Do something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
It's like calling me out. Oh no, it didn't give me another like, oh. I'm gonna drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the
I don't
floor
think I would
with
have
an
had it in me anyways.
unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Please.
Against your better judgment,
Oh, we're
you
like
step forward to speak with the
close
princess
to
face
her.
to face.
Her eyes are creeping me out, man.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
It's like reading my mind.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. Wait, no. What do you have to say about ending the world? That's what I'm going with.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
I don't know anything about you, lady.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
They haven't yet. That look is giving dangerous, though. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable
That
of
is
doing it.
also a good point. You don't always know the damage you're causing.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Anti-narrator propaganda.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
They're talking to me. Oh, okay. The voice of the hero also speaks to me directly as a that's terrifying.
So, I
Fourth
could tell
wall
you that
gone.
I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
I don't know.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
But how much worth does actions have? Because, like, I've seen The Good Place, and people that did really, really good things in that, it even found a way to say that they weren't necessarily the best people, because at the end of the day, it's all subjective and relative to other actions that are happening. I'm having
Like I
a
said,
crisis.
it's all about trust. Blind trust.
And that's the most terrifying thing.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world?
I don't know.
Or do you trust whoever put me here?
The narrator didn't give me much of a choice but to go in here, so that makes
She's
me
wrong.
uncomfortable.
This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person. and a subjugating monarch, no less.
But why does it matter that she's a monarch? What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Interesting.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
But that could be like her own defense mechanism. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other.
That's what I thought she meant by
By
relationship.
definition, we have a relationship.
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
She could be suggesting multiple
She is.
things right now.
I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
No.
You know why you're here. That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal...
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make
That
it easier
text
for both
looks
of us if
different.
you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I don't like making choices.
I know it's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
It
You're making a
really
mistake.
hates my middle of the line choices. I'm learning that.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Interesting.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job. You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden table that
Oh, I
once
can
held
feel
the
the
blade.
urgency in that.
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side.
That's
of the
scary.
door.
I know you're still there.
Oh my god.
Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Oh, I
She
don't like the
sounds
crunchy audio.
Terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare as she violently rattles the door.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive you. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No.
Oh, you know, let's just keep our very middle of the line. Actually, this one works.
These aren't threats.
Ugh.
These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
How did she go so scary so quick?
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped,
But she
and
didn't
the
kill
door
me.
to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation
Oh,
doesn't
brother.
change.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
How is she doing that?
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
This is scary.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wait, I'm dead, but there's a chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
Okay.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're
Right.
here to slay her.
Okay.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of
Terrible
deja vu.
sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Shh. What if he hears us?
Voice of the paranoid.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
What the heck is happening?
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me.
Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer
Okay.
to doing your job and saving the world. So let's
Right.
just agree to disagree. Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Yes, please answer my question.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay, let's say.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably
Oh.
only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Oh.
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
All we did was lock her away.
And how'd that work out for you?
No comment.
Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Okay.
And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us?
I feel like voice of the paranoid is like my inner monologue with my anxiety.
Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other
But don't I
doesn't.
inherently pose a threat to the world if it is in my hands?
I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Oh.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds
they're
pretty
not, are they?
consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can. Just be quick about it.
Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? To quote you from last time, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse. Who locked her in the basement?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
Okay. Context matters to me as a person.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this.
I feel like
Call
I'm
it a
being
prophecy, if
manipulated
that
by both
helps.
sides.
It's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative.
Exactly!
Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to
My
deal
brain
with her.
is breaking!
I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
What
I've
aren't
told
you telling
everything
me?
you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more
I don't
difficult.
know that it's simple. Maybe it's simple for some
If you
people.
want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin. You see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of here. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Okay,
Don't talk to
I
her,
will
don't
listen to the
trust her,
narrator
just
this
go
time.
and do
You
your
win,
job and save
narrator,
the
man.
world. She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world.
Sure.
A warning before you go any further.
This time?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
That time we got a warning. So that's gotta mean something.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of
This
the
is new.
walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll... Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
There was a door.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck
How
in
would
your
you
head
not
like this,
have
you're going to
everything in
struggle
your
to get
head?
the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Oh my god, I did not think I was gonna be this immersed. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the
Right.
wall.
I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
Oh. The eyes watching us.
What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it.
Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? If you waste time preening yourself
I'm,
instead
like,
of
holding
doing
my
what
breath.
needs to be done. Very different.
He changed it, didn't he? It's like he's trying to make us doubt our reality.
The eyes are really freaking me out,
Calm
man.
down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly
three
haven't
of
been
us.
killed by the princess.
So me and the two voices.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't
the
know,
hero's even getting really
better
nervous.
than a knife? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Okay.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What?
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Did he make it go away?
Clearly there was something in there
Why
worth
is my
investigating
hand
if he
like
wants
that?
it hidden so bad. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
Oh my god, they're blinking.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a
That
favor.
is a very different description than the first time.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. No, I agree with them. Step off into the void?
It can't be that hard.
But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place.
It'll be enough.
Continue down
You
the
make
stairs.
your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly
Something
reasonable.
is not
You're the one
right
who's just
here.
matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
I agree.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Oh, don't say that, lady! Go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Ah!
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
No!
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart, lungs, liver. What are you doing?
What?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Start doing the thing,
Yes,
paranoid.
I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Liver, nerves, heart,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
nerves,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
lungs.
Wow.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me and then...
Liver,
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
nerves,
I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
nerves, heart, lungs.
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know about that, miss.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
We're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Only until your heart finally gives out.
Okay, her touchy bad.
And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Uh,
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
can't just let you
I
leave.
know. You told me last time. Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance. I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to make it afraid. Just like I've made you afraid.
Yeah, we gotta kill her.
It's fear, doesn't it? Every terror I bring would make the good times so much better. What?
But I just kill you instead.
Princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably. And you can't help but imagine a smile carve its way from ear to ear on the other side of her mask.
Thinking about that knife, are we? Put that little theory to the test. See how it plays out. But I don't think you're going to like what happens. Because even if you make me
This game
dead,
makes it feel hard to
you're not
breathe.
getting out of here.
What is my heart rate right now?
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I'm measuring.
liver, nerves, heart,
Uno momento.
nerves, heart, lungs,
Only 90. It feels like 120.
liver,
This place is mine.
I don't want this place to be mine.
And I'm not giving you the stairs unless I'm leaving with you.
She took the stairs.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
People die.
When everyone dies eventually, they're all full of wet, writhing things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets
She's in my
unwound.
face.
And then those things get to become a new everybody. Just to come apart all over again.
Photosynthesis.
All I want is to be there for it. I want to watch it happen. And maybe do a little unwinding myself.
But you are the
Really so much to
problem.
ask?
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Well, maybe tone it down a little bit, lady.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, 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 nerves.
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll
No,
keep
thank
you right
you.
by my side.
No,
A
thank
little
you.
good luck charm to
I
make
did
sure I
not
stay
do
free.
that. I don't want to be by your side
Don't
forever.
worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares about this, aren't I?
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I'm not gonna stick around.
Oh, we both know that you don't have a say here. So you should just look on the bright
Oh.
side.
Nerves, heart, lungs,
I'm not sure what the bright side is for you, but I'm positive you can find it if you look hard enough.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
We could be friends.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
I'll just die
And
then.
then we'll wind up right back where we started.
Oh, you're right.
Round and round we'll go. I wonder what will be different now. But I'm always going to win.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Maybe you don't get to come back like I
You're
do.
willing to take. Imagine climbing a mountain of lifetimes. And when you finally reach the summit, when you finally win, the only view you find is me.
Ah,
And then I push you. And you go tumbling all the way down those millions upon millions of battered and broken pieces of you that couldn't make the cut. What then? Would you have it in you to climb again? It sounds like a lot of effort for nothing. When instead
that's
you
the
just leave
problem
this
I'm
place
struggling
together.
with. I've spent all of this time already in this loop, and I don't know what it means.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Slay the princess.
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
We did it. We actually did it.
Paranoid is still breathing for us.
You actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I'm
sorry.
So much more terrible for you than I am now.
Can she?
Lungs, liver. We've
already seen how she can change heart, lungs, liver, nerve.
You're not getting those stairs back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
She falls to the ground, unmoving. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver. Oh. I can stop now, can't I? I can.
Oh, I'm nervous.
And now that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means that you're stuck here. Forever. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, I hate this. Time passes. Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end.
Oh.
I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though. Does it? What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin.
Because
Why
now
would
we're
you want
stuck
to
here
die?
for eternity.
Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die?
It's a brilliant
Why do
point,
you
Paranoid.
care? I just do. I value life.
But
Every life.
not every
Even
life.
yours.
What about her life?
Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
But, am I not a creature of biology?
That's a grim thought, innit? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. We don't have to starve to death. You have our way out. Use it.
Are you stuck here with us?
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest. Unlike you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us, and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely.
If I
Ah,
die,
yes,
I'll come back.
The whole looping thing. How unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once. I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't you? Of course I did. Though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though. Oh, you bastard. How much are you not telling us? Plenty. But it's all in your best interest. And the world's.
Why does the
and mine.
narrator have an interest?
She's dead and we're stuck in a hell void forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone? It just can. Look,
Oh,
this world
'cause
is
my
saved,
hand
but if you
isn't
start over,
like
for
a
all you know,
normal
you're just
finger.
putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time?
Because it looks like that one where we were looking at the mirror.
I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
Can you
No.
tell me your secrets? Is it
Still
secret
no.
time?
You're not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp, but I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do.
I want
The
the answer.
narrator, you can't just describe yourself ignoring us. I can. The
Secret?
narrator continues to ignore you. Oh, you could do a lot better than I. Exactly. You'll be fine here. You remove the blade from the princess. More time passes. Oh no, what? You tighten your grip and fling the blade as hard as you... You mean... right, I mean... You wait, and then you wait
I
for a
should've
little
used the
while
blade.
longer.
I don't know why I
But
threw
eventually
it. I
the
just thought the
thirst
void
sets
was going to
in.
be relevant.
And the hunger
The darkness of this place prevents you from
We
wholly
are not
grasping
eating her.
the context of passing time, but that doesn't stop it from passing, nor does it stop your biology from unraveling. The only things you know for certain are that it's long and that it hurts. The vastness of
Why
your
can't we
suffering
walk
can't
around?
be adequately put into words. We really shouldn't have tossed the blade.
Oh god, we did not eat her.
No, you really shouldn't have. But biology and time are immutable forces, and eventually, long before forever gets the chance to come, everything goes dark,
And you
and
die.
you die.
You die!
Don't muck it up next time. The princess may be slain here, but she isn't slain there.
What does that mean? Another chapter. We died! What do you mean?
You're on a path in the wood. Shit.
I don't like
This
these
really doesn't
woods.
end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
I relate to Paranoid a lot.
Yes, so it does.
Of the cold?
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be.
What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave?
Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way.
But
If
the
she
game
gets
is
out,
playing
the
mind
world
games
ends,
with
and
me.
everyone ends with it, yourself included.
Oh. What does it mean?
Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice. All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again.
And again.
This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore.
It's not. It's very different.
That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end.
Which is why she's dead there and not here.
Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
Are you the other narrator?
Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. Is that supposed to be a riddle? If it is, it's not very good. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate.
I understand what you mean.
So,
okay.
yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you
I don't know
use
about
it.
that. We've killed her and been killed by her. Neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do that now. What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
Then she finds a way out on her own.
Okay, but then does she
So,
find me?
Standing around out here is the same as us letting her out. Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better. No, it's strictly worse. And why is that? Because it's cowardly, for starters. And because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that.
But I slayed her
A
the
delusion.
last time and the world
If you
looks
already
worse.
managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
What?
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever.
Well, how do we know
Those little
that?
voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point.
Hasn't it been this whole time?
Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things will be easier if you didn't.
I don't like
And
having
you can
free
just keep making the
will.
correct choice forever.
That
never
is more
deviate.
scary.
Everyone is manipulating us, but we're starting to see the threads now. We just have to avoid getting
This is like
tangled up.
very anxiety. Okay.
On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace.
Okay,
that
Colt does
never
not like the
ends.
narrator.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing. Something that would make everything make sense.
I don't like that paranoid sounds like my inner monologue of like,
Maybe letting her out really is the answer. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack. There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying
so
to
the
argue.
voices. Oh, the voices
Would
in
you
my
look
head.
at that? We won. Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance.
This is very different.
Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange.
There's no furniture.
What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a
He
pristine
still doesn't see
blade?
the mirror.
Of course there isn't a mirror. There wasn't one last time either, so why would it be there this time? I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
We can't go backwards.
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
Oh,
Are you saying there isn't a door? Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an opening again? He didn't say door, did he? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's going to jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her.
paranoid last time's the only reason we stayed alive, though.
Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Certainly not the princess. The
But
princess
what is
in
the
basement.
basement?
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw.
Oh,
that
I
awaits
don't
you.
like that.
Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the... Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Oh, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for nothing.
Helplessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle.
Oh,
Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she The princess constricts your bones.
Oh!
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess.
What?
Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me.
Oh.
So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Oh.
And
Ah.
you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
Okay, maybe letting her in isn't the best idea. She clearly hates us.
And what's your point? I thought you wanted to get out of here. This is a way out, and it's different. We might as well take it.
Yeah, but not like this. She's going to make it hurt.
What is happening?
And turn off the part of you that feels things.
Oh, like it's that easy?
It is. Pain is just another sensation. If you can tolerate joy, you can tolerate pain.
Except that pain hurts.
Yes, that's what it does. That's the definition.
Do we need to explain to you why pain is bad?
You
What
need
is he
to
getting
explain
at?
to yourself why it isn't.
Look, we're even now. You killed me and I killed you. Water under the bridge, right? I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a victim in all of this too, you know. Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this. Can't I just open the door for you? That's fine, I actually came here to free you. Struggle. I'm a victim too.
And sometimes victims become the same as their victimizers. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean you get a free pass.
A wonderful point.
Funny how she says that like it's a bad thing when it's exactly what she's doing right now. Something tells me pointing out the irony wouldn't do much to help us.
You should be grateful that I still have a use for you. Being mine is more than you deserve, really.
I never wanted to hurt you.
But you did hurt me. Twice even. And
Sorry.
I'm not letting you do it again. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far
Okay.
behind us.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. You sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I and the rest of the world are out
They
of
didn't
luck
give me
too.
a weapon.
Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine?
We can pretend.
Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk.
It is fine. Everything is always fine. These consequences have no real impact on us outside of momentary discomfort. I'm sure we'll be moving on again soon enough.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
The membrane of your soul?
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
Oh, we're being possessed.
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
Oh.
I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support.
It's rather rude to show up in somebody else's body and boss it around like this.
Well,
We were gonna let you out of here. That's the whole reason we marched all the way back up to the cabin.
Were we?
I was.
huh?
And what reasons are those supposed to be? Nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner.
I mean to be. Yeah. I sympathize for you, ma'am.
We weren't always like this.
Because I don't know what's going on.
I've always been like this.
We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants. Your body, still slumped against the
I
wall,
don't like that
trapped
sound.
between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
Leave
You
the
toss
cabin.
the last of your will aside and surrender to the princess. Guess that's that. Maybe we'll find our freedom on the other side.
An end is an end. Let's see what it has in store for us.
Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over
Oh,
again
that
as you
is so
make your
icky.
way towards the outside world.
No!
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away.
Why?
Please, just let her out. It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
The narrator. What is happening?
It really is, isn't it?
Sorry,
Isn't
narrator.
saying all of this his job?
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for
But I
us.
didn't hate him.
This is it then. Finally, we'll get to see what's really out there.
But as you step outside the bounds of this cabin, you feel another violent tear, a rending that cuts all the way down to your soul. You are once again separated from everything that had nestled in the deep crevices of your body, from everything that isn't you.
We're us again.
How interesting.
Everything is gone. Except her.
What is happening to me?
What happened?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator is
Yes.
gone.
Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast her. Yeah, no voice needling us anymore. Feels good, but I also feel itchy. Cold.
I missed the narrator.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Oh.
Ignore the cowards. Right. She's gone. It's just us and that.
I don't like mirrors either, so this is like the
I
worst.
should feel better with her gone. But I don't. Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
When I was little, like, I would not shut the door because I hated mirrors.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I don't have another choice, hero.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
I'm sorry, hero. They're gone, but their mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Oh. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Oh. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Oh. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
No. Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was
Now,
going
is that the
to
same for
return
me?
to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh, what happened? Don't click, right click. Okay. If I help you, is that what you're gonna do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
That's fair.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared that I'll
I have
kill
not
you?
lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
I hope never to, if I'm being honest. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow. If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
I guess we'll just go with her.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh. What just happened? My little brain. I guess we slayed the princess? Wow, that broke my brain. Wow. This is the part where I say, thanks for watching! Maybe I'll play again? I don't know. I don't know the answers. Toodles!